Very good evening. I am Ajay this side. I am representing the Global Exposure Organization. It is a 20-year-old New Delhi-based organization. And we are helping all the candidates, those who are really wanted to go to Canada on the basis of their immigration or for study purpose. Now, we know much detail about the Ielts, but we are not knowing that much for the Celpip exam. As we know, Ielts happen to be a Ielts General or Ielts Academic. Now, IELTS General happen to be for immigration purpose and IELTS Academic happen to be for study purpose. This Celpip exam alone is a substitute to your IELTS General and IELTS Academic both. What does that mean? There is no two exam in Celpip, only one exam. And by this exam, you can use the Celpip score either for your immigration purpose or for your study purpose. It is valid for both the category, and validity of this exam is 2 years. So within 2 years, you can use the Celpip score either for your immigration purpose or for study purpose, or otherwise you can use both the purpose also within the validity of 2-year time period. Now, this exam is known as Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. This is the full form of this exam. Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. Now, as the name suggests, it is a Canadian exam and meant for Canada only. So, as I told you, this exam is absolutely substitute to your IELTS exam. If you are appearing in this exam, you are not required to appear in IELTS exam at all. And this exam is a far easy to crack for higher score in comparison to your IELTS exam. I would be giving the entire information in the webinar, and certainly you would also be realizing that it is a far easy exam than your IELTS exam. And it is valid for all the categories which we are using the IELTS score for getting our PR or study purpose in Canada. Now, you must have heard this name that is called as the IRCC, Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada. And this body has developed the content of Celpip exam. And you know this, what exactly this body is? The IRCC is body which process your PR. Now the body which process your PR was the responsible for development of content of the Celpip exam. And this IRCC accept the Celpip score in following categories. Now these categories are: number 1, permanent residency. It is an important category. Everybody is trying for getting the PR. And when you get the PR and remain in Canada for at least 2 years, you receive an opportunity to convert your PR into the Canadian citizenship. So at that moment of time, after 2 years, you are again required to produce your English proficiency, and Celpip is one valid exam for this Canadian citizenship also. Now, third category is Canadian experience class. This class is especially meant for all the candidates. Now, Preet, you have raised the hand. Do you have any question? Now, Preet. Okay, no problem. Now, this Canadian experience class is meant for all the international students, those who have gone to Canada for the study purpose, and after completing their study, they are eligible to apply for PR, and Celpip is one exam they can go for. Fourth category is your Federal Skill Trade Program. This category is especially meant for all the business persons. Now, business person can directly go to the PR on the basis of their own business, and somehow they are also required to produce English proficiency, and Celpip is one exam which is valid for this category also. Your fifth category is Federal Skill Worker Program. Again, it is a very popular category for all the working professionals, those who wanted to go Canada on the basis of their express entry, and all this program comes under this category. Federal means entire Canada. So whenever you are having the word, it is called as the entire Canada, Pan Canada. Like in Canada, there are 10 states. In that states are called as the province and 3 union territory. So put together, it became a federal. So you can get your federal PR under this category, and Celpip is one valid score for this category. Now, all the IT professionals, they can apply for PRship under a special category that is called as the Startup Visa Program. So Startup Visa Program is meant for all the IT professionals, and Celpip is one valid exam for this category also. Now again, there is a popular category that is called as the Province Nomination Program, PNP program. This PNP program is developed for getting the PRship with reference to the any particular state or province. What is the advantage under this category? Now, if you are having a little less marks due to your higher age factor or otherwise any reason, certainly you have the better chance to get it selected through PNP program, because it is requiring a far less point to be scored with reference to your federal skilled worker program. It doesn't mean you would be getting the PR for one province only. Certainly, you would be getting the PR for entire Canada. But initially, you will be serving that province for 2 years. That is the prior condition. Otherwise, after 2 years, you can move to anywhere into the Canada. And Celpip is valid for this PNP program also. Last but not least, you can use the Celpip score for your study purpose also. So as I told you, this is a absolutely substitute to your IELTS General and IELTS Academic, both the exam. Now, moreover, if you appear the IELTS exam earlier, so need not to worry, you can go for the Celpip exam in your subsequent second attempt or third attempt, whatever it is. No restriction at all. It is your choice which exams you wanted to opt, and both the exams are similar. Only one is the way to contribute your point for English proficiency only. Now, the Celpip exam is such a flexibility. If you are applying for the with your spouse, so it is your choice. One can go for the IELTS exam and another can go for the Celpip exam. So as such, there is no restriction at all. You can opt this exam as per your wish. And before that, you should be convinced enough that this exam is better one and how this exam would be helping me to getting my PR. Suddenly, you will be finding the answer to this important question in this webinar. And at the end of the webinar, suddenly you will also be realizing it is a far easy exam to crack. And this is the exam which I was looking for. Now, the details of this exam is, it is a 1 day, 1 sitting, 3-hour computer-based exam. So as we all know, IELTS happen to be a 2-sitting exam. 1 day we are required to go for the speaking test, and another day we are required to go for the rest of the 3 modules. And both the exam happen to be a different examination center. So you are required to visit two different examination center on 2 different days, and suddenly you would be getting your IELTS completed by taking the 2-day leave if you are working. Whereas in Celpip, you are good to go with your exam in 3 hours. And moreover, Paragon is conducting this exam all over the world. Paragon is like IDP, which is conducting the IELTS exam. Now, IDP is conducting this IELTS exam under the guidance of Cambridge University. Similarly, Paragon is conducting this exam under the guidance of UBC, University of British Columbia, sorry, which is the top-notch University of Canada based on Vancouver. Now, the Paragon is conducting this exam to 8 countries right now. It is not openly available for all the countries. I may call these 8 lucky countries which are having the provision to go for the Celpip exam. India is one among them. Now, this exam is available in Canada, USA, Philippines, UAE, Singapore, China, India, and Korea. And India was the second last country where this exam was introduced in September 2018. And somehow the exam effectively started with January 2019 with 1 examination center only, that was in Chandigarh only. Now, it is a only 3-year-old exam in India, but somehow this period was majorly a COVID period. Despite that, this exam has gone so much of popularity that the Paragon is forced to increase the examination center in India. And right now, due to pandemic time, they have gone this examination center from 1 to 8 cities. Now, these 8 cities are Chandigarh, New Delhi, Gurugram, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. So these are the 8 cities right now where you can just book your Celpip exam, and by visiting the examination center personally, you can appear the Celpip exam. Now, those who are in north side of India can go for the Chandigarh, New Delhi, or Gurugram as a examination center, either of one. Or otherwise, those who are mid of country can opt for the Ahmedabad and Mumbai. Or otherwise, those who are in the south of country can go for the where Hyderabad, Bangalore, or Chennai. So now Paragon is adding the new cities in this list, and you will finding the new name also in this list very soon. Now the cost of this Celpip exam is 12,700, whereas we all know IELTS happen to be a 14,700. So this exam is 2,000 economical than your existing IELTS exam. And moreover, dates are easily available. When you are booking the Celpip exam, within the same week, you can get the date. And whenever we book the IELTS exam, we cannot get the date before 3 or 4 weeks. Now, moving further, the Canadian spoken English is the medium for your Celpip exam, which is far, far easy to understand in comparison to your British and American spoken English, which is the medium for your IELTS exam. Now, all the 4 modules which happen to be in IELTS are the same in Celpip also. Now, reading, writing, listening, speaking. All these 4 modules happen to be IELTS are the same for the Celpip also. But the exam pattern of this Celpip exam is entirely different than your IELTS exam. It is nowhere nearer to the IELTS exam. And moreover, the study material of Celpip exam is exclusive and far, far different than your IELTS exam. And moreover, it is not openly available in the market. You have to purchase online, or you have to buy online from the Paragon website, and it directly comes from the Canada. Now, moreover, the highest marks in Celpip exam, model-wise, happened to be out of 12. As we all know, in IELTS, it happened to be out of 9. Now, there are certain advantages. I would be telling you what are exactly. Now, you must have heard the terminology that is called as the CLB9. What exactly this CLB9 is? CLB9 is called as the Canadian Language Benchmark 9. So CLB9 is a particular score which you can achieve either through IELTS or through Celpip, and it is a quite significant score. In fact, it is a score which 100%, almost 100% would be making you your profile that certainly you would be getting your letter of invitation. So it is a miraculous score, it is a deciding score, and it is the only factor which governs entire procedure. So certainly now you would be getting your PR with achievement of this CLB9, and I would be explaining this phenomena in this webinar, and certainly you will also be realizing this is the only entirely deciding factor in the process. Then what exactly the CLB9 is? Now CLB9 is the score which in term of a Celpip, when you achieve a 9 band, minimum 9 band in all the 4 modules, but out of 12, then you are at the, you called as the CLB9 level. Now, अगर आपके पास चारों में 10 point अगर आपने achieve करे हैं, then you would be at the CLB10 level. So otherwise, you can go for the CLB11 also, CLB12 also. But I am not talking about 10, 11, and 12. But CLB9 is a quite achievable level, and most of the candidates are achieving in Celpip exam. Then what exactly the score require for the CLB9 in terms of a IELTS? It happened to be a 8,777 band. What does it mean? 8 you are required in a listing module, or otherwise 7 in all the rest 3 module, but it is out of 9. So here in Celpip you are required to achieve out of 12, 9 is the requirement. Otherwise in IELTS 8,777 band is requirement, but out of 9. Now, as I told you, that CLB9 is the only deciding factor, and it is the point which you have achieved. Getting a CLB9 is equivalent to achieving a your PR. And if so, then one can easily say, if at all, then I can easily score 9 out of 12 much easier way then scoring a 8 out of 9 or otherwise 7 out of 9, which is in case of a IELTS. So in first instant, anybody can say getting a CLB 9 seems to be a very easy as far as Celpip exam is concerned. Now, what exactly the advantage you would be receiving by achieving the CLB 9? I'm talking about too much about the CLB 9, and suddenly you would be having curiosity. What exactly the advantage suddenly I would be getting, so that it would be almost certain that I will be receiving my letter of invitation for PR. CLB 9 helps you in 3 ways. Number 1, your English proficiency marks. Number 2, getting an enhancement of your education qualification marks. Number 3, getting an enhancement of your work experience marks. So I would be explaining in detail now. The first level of advantage you receive by CLB 9 is making a 52-point jump to your English proficiency point. Now, those who know a little bit about the PR process, they know there is a competition on every point, and I would be getting a good 52-point increment to my profile, that to in one criteria only, that is English proficiency, and it would be more than 50 points. So this is the first advantage certainly you would be getting by having the CLB 9. Now, otherwise, what exactly the other advantage is? Before moving to that, cover the little details of this exam. Celpip result declared between 3 to 5 days, where IELTS take the 13 days to be declared. Moreover, these two phenomena like retesting and revaluation is possible in Celpip exam if at all you are not satisfied with your marks in very first attempt. Though statistics says more than 70% achieve the CLB 9 in their very first attempt, if you have gone through the proper training of Celpip study material and all those through, and then they get the proper practice on the previous attempt question papers. So the validity of this exam is equivalent to the IELTS exam, which is 2 years from the date of your result. Now, before moving, let me clarify what exactly the PR criteria, what exactly the factor which Canadian government assess in a particular candidate, and what makes you comfortable to get your PR. Now, these are the 4 parameters which the Canadian government look forward in a one particular candidate, that is education qualification. Now, you have to have the minimum bachelor degree program. Or marks carrying for this criteria, this factor is 150 marks. Now, the other factor which is there is your work experience. Now, it carrying the 50 point, and you have to have the minimum 1 year of experience, and this 1 year experience is required after the graduation, and all the number of years after the graduation you can put up as a work experience. I would be explaining you how, and if because all the freelance work is considered as a work experience in Canada. Now, third is your age factor, which carrying the 110 marks. Now, starting from 17 year up to 45 year, you gather a point according to your level of age out of 110 marks. So, with the 17 year, you can put up your file and then you would be getting your point up to 45 year of age. Otherwise, after 45, you will not be getting any point for your age factor. But certainly, it is not that after 45, you cannot get your PR. You can get your PR, then I would be explaining this phenomena also. Now, the fourth and last factor is your English proficiency mark, and that is carrying the 160 point. It is given the highest advantage in all the 4 factors, that is 160 point. Now, this English point you can contribute either through your IELTS or through your Celpip. Now, that is up to you which exams you wanted to go and which exams you consider to be easy one, and certainly you would be selecting one of them. Now, making your all these 4 parameters put together, all these combined marks became a CRS, comprehensive rating score. That CRS, comprehensive rating score, became a select criteria for getting your selection into the process. Now, whenever you apply for the PR, your profile remains for 1 year at least into the pool, and every month there is a draw. Sometimes there is a 2 draw also in some particular month. So you would be at least having the 12 draw in 1 year. And every month you have the chance to get it selected in the process, on the basis of your point. Now, highest point would be getting the letter of invitation. Now, Canada is a big country. Now, it is the world's second largest country of the world, and it is neighboring country of a USA and bigger than USA. But having population only 3.5 crore, a population less than Delhi NCR population. So they are having huge demand every year to be fulfilled from the working professional outside the country. So India is one of the favorite country where the lakhs and lakhs of candidates goes every year to get their PR, and they are living a lavish life over there. Now, all these four factors put together became a decisive factor, and that is called as your point-based system, selection system. Now, moving further to, just let me explain the why CLB9 give you that chance that you would be getting your PR. So CLB7 is the minimum requirement to put up your file into the pool. What I get is the CLB7 is getting a 7 point in all the 4 modules, at least out of 12, in terms of a Celpip exam. Or otherwise, in terms of Ielts, you should get a 6 band in all 4 modules, but out of 9. So these two are same at the CLB7 level. So 6 out of 9 is the minimum requirement as far as Ielts is concerned. 7 out of 12 is minimum requirement as far as Celpip is concerned. Now, whenever you are getting the CLB9, if you are putting up your file with a spouse, you would be getting 64 points for your English proficiency by having the CLB7. If you are unmarried, you would be getting the 68 point. Now, if second level is your CLB8 level. If you have at the CLB8 level, you would be getting the 24 point jump to your Suarez score, because CLB8 fetch you the 88 point. If you are married, otherwise 92 point if you are unmarried. Again, it is a jump of a 24 point in both the category by having the CLB8. Now we are talking about the CLB9 only. When we achieve the CLB9, we further would be getting the 28 point jump apart from 24, which we have already gathered earlier, making it 52 point together. That was the point I explained in the previous slide. You would be getting the 52 point increment to your CRS score by having the CLB9 score and that to a English proficiency criteria only. Now, if you are married, you would be getting the 56 point jump. So this is the first advantage you would be gathering in your profile by having the CLB9 score, that is the English proficiency marks only. Now, other criteria which is also affected by the CLB9, as I have told you earlier, the second factor which is the affected by the CLB9 is your additional qualification. Now, as I told you, the bachelor degree is the minimum requirement. If you have any additional qualification after your bachelor degree, like any PG diploma after the graduation, any diploma after graduation from the UGC recognized university, or having any master degree after graduation, or otherwise PhD, or otherwise you have the BA, BEd type additional bachelor degree program, or otherwise you are having the chartered accountant qualification. All these considered to be additional qualification after the graduation. And with this additional qualification and having the CLB9 score, you gather a further 50 point jump to your CRS score. So that is the second advantage you are achieving by having the CLB9. Now, if you are at the CLB7 or 8, you would be getting the 25 point jump to your CRS score. Now, double of the jump by getting the CLB9 only for the same education qualification. Now, third factor which is affected by the CLB9 is your work experience. Now, if you are having 3 or more years of experience and with CLB9, further you get the 50 point jump to your CRS score. So, if you are having the CLB7 or 8 score, you would be getting a 25 point jump. Again, it is a double of the point jump for your same experience. Now, how much advantage you would be just suddenly getting by having the CLB9? So these are the advantage you would be having in your pocket by having the CLB9. If you are married, you would be getting 152 point jump. 52 points for your English proficiency, 50 points for your additional qualification, 50 points for your work experience. Making it together 150 point jump in your profile if you are married. Now this became a 156 if you are unmarried. So now you can see you would be getting the good 150 plus point jump to your CRS score. Now, nobody can beat you by this 150 point without having CLP9 score. That's why I told you CLP9 is the only deciding factor in this process. Get it? Getting a CLP9 is equivalent to getting a PR. So now the second stage, how the Celpip exam would be helping us to get this landmark, CLP9. So moving further in this journey, let me just clarify about this exam. Now, somebody might be having the doubt about this exam. So it is my prime duty to clarify that at all. Now, I have taken the screenshot from the Government of Canada website. That website is cic.gc.ca. And it is not a third-party website. It is a primary website which processes your PR. It is a website where you put up your PR to process it. Now, it clearly says language testing, skill immigration, express entry, language test we accept on number 1, Celpip, on number 2, Ielts. So they have kept the Celpip exam on number 1 and given the Ielts on the second number position. So it is a 100% authentic and authorized exam. Need not to worry about this exam, and it is absolutely a substitute to your existing Ielts exam. Now moving further, what exactly the format under this exam? As we know a little bit about the Ielts exam, but what exactly this is the exam, because this is an exam which finishes in 3 hours. So all the 4 modules happen to be in 3 hours, and you are good to go with your exam in 3 hours. Now the listening module carrying the 6 parts. And these are the number of questions in every part. So that way you are having the 38 questions in your listening module. How much question in your listening Ielts module? It happened to be 40 questions. Now speaking, there are 8 tasks and every task contains only 1 question. That way you are having only 8 questions in your speaking. How much question in your speaking in Ielts exam? It can go up to 20 questions. Now reading module containing the 4 parts and every part containing this number of questions, making a 38 question in your reading part again. And you are having the 40 question in your Ielts exam. Writing carrying the 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 में आपको एक email लिखनी होती है, task 2 में एक आपको passage लिखना होता है based on survey question. So this is the complete format of this exam. You are having this exam in 3 hours, 38 questions in your listening module, 8 questions in your speaking module, again 38 questions in your reading module, and 2 questions or 2 tasks in your writing module. That's all you would be finishing in one go, one sitting. Now, it would be most appropriate if I give you the complete comparison of this exam with reference to the Ielts exam. So that will make you more comfortable to judge which exam is better and why. So I have taken very useful information for all of you, and I have gathered this information module wise. So listening module happened to be in Ielts case. The Ielts exam happened to be a pen paper based exam and computer based exam, whereas Celpip is only a computer based exam. More than 90% candidates appear the pen paper based Ielts exams only. And this pen paper based exam happened to be a group exam, where you are appearing this exam with 400 and 500 good students, and you are having all the resources common with all the 400, 500 students. Like you are having only one display screen for all of you, and all the public addressing system, common public addressing system giving you the instruction, and you are having your question sheet and answer sheet. Lot of candidate, lot of noise, and you are hardly, but it is a very disturbing environment to become a more focused to your exam in comparison to your IELTS exam, because IELTS happen to be the IELTS give a dedicated cabin to the each candidate, and they are giving the dedicated computer or laptop with headphone and mic to every candidate, and you are appearing this Celpip exam in a much focused environment. So, and Canadian spoken English happen to be the medium for your Celpip exam, which is far easy to understand in comparison of your British and American spoken English. Now, number of questions comes in your IELTS listing model, 40 question. Celpip give you only 38 question. Now, to attempt the 40 question, IELTS give you only 30-minute time. Less than a 1 minute per question. Celpip give you a good 55-minute time to appear a 38 question only. More question, less time, less question, more time. Now, as you remember, to get the CLB 9, listening is the only model where we have to achieve 8 out of 9. Otherwise, बाकी तीनों में हमारे को 7 लाना है out of 9. Now, to get the 8 out of 9 in your listening model, you have to have the 37 right question out of 40 given. So, margin for wrong answer is only 3. 40 minus 37, 3. आप 3 से ज्यादा गलत क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकते. अगर 3 से ज्यादा गलत क्वेश्चन करेंगे तो आपके 8 out of 9 नहीं होंगे आइल्स में, and then you will not be at the CLB 9 level. What exactly Celpip says? We are not required to achieve any extra marks in any of the model. Uniformly, you are required only 9 out of 12 in all the 4 models. To get the 9 out of 12, you have to achieve 33 right out of 38 given. Margin for wrong answer increases up to 5. To get the same marks, you can make a 5 wrong answer in comparison to only 3 wrong answer that is in your IELTS exam. Now, this is the second model of comparison, that is writing part. Writing part में task 1 and task 2 IELTS में भी होता है, same task 1 and task 2 Celpip में भी होता है. यहाँ पर भी IELTS 60 मिनट का टाइम देता है आपके पास, Celpip भी 60 मिनट का टाइम देता है. ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है. टास्क 1 में आपको एक लेटर लिखना होता है और Celpip में ईमेल लिखना होता है. एंड टास्क 2 में आपको यहाँ ऐसे लिखना होता है, यहाँ पर पैसेज लिखना होता है. नॉट मच डिफरेंट टिल नाउ. नाउ द डिफरेंस इज हियर. The IELTS says in task 1 you have to write 150 words. Task 2 says you have to write minimum 250 words, making it together 400 minimum word for task 1 and task 2. Celpip says only 150 word in both the tasks, making it 300 total word. So there are 100 less word requirement in your Celpip exam, but they are giving the same time to appear. And this is the minimum word requirement. You can go for the higher number of words also, but you should be careful enough not to making the grammatical mistakes and not to making the spelling mistakes. As I told you, more than 90% appear the pen paper based exam. So you are not having any word counter with you in your IELTS exam to meet out the minimum word requirement. Celpip is having the automatic word counter with you. At the top of the screen, you are having the automatic word counter. As such number of words you are typing, it is just moving further with the number of your words you are having on your screen. So, need not to worry, word counter would be here, you would be physically counting here. Now, the pen paper based IELTS exam, the bad handwriting is the major factor. You cannot achieve a good marks in writing part because the students are appearing number of times and they are not achieving a good marks in writing part because of their writing only. And they are making a number of attempts and not achieving the marks in writing part because you cannot improve your writing overnight. And if you are not having good handwriting, it is making a examiner not to understand your writing, and then sometimes the examiner misunderstood the spelling mistakes also because of your writing, and all this factor became a cause for deduction of a marks. This is not playing any role at all in Celpip because you are not writing, you are typing on computer. No bad handwriting will play any role in your Celpip exam. Even otherwise, the biggest advantage which I personally feel the Celpip give you, it provide you the feature of a spell checker. Now you cannot expect an exam which is testing your English and then giving you the spell checker with you. We being in India, Indian makes a lot of spelling mistake. So it is there for to support you. Now you cannot make a spelling mistake because once the word is not having the spelling right, it keep highlighting till the time you get it correct yourself. As such, in your pen paper based IELTS exam, it is not possible at all. Somehow it is not there in your computer based exam either. So that is the biggest advantage you achieve in a writing part. Therefore, CLP9 both कैंडिडेट जो है वो आइल्स में या तो लिस्टिंग मॉडल की वजह से नहीं लेके आ पाते हैं या राइटिंग मॉडल की वजह से नहीं लेके आ पाते. So here you are having favorable condition to achieve a good level of marks because of all these supporting factors. Moreover, you are giving the good 60-minute time for the Celpip exam, 60-minute time for your IELTS exam, and you completed this 300 word in 30 minutes only. Because 10 word per minute की भी अगर आपकी स्पीड होगी तब आप 30 मिनट में कंप्लीट कर दोगे, which is not a big typing speed. Now, maximum जो स्टूडेंट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 40 मिनट में कंप्लीट कर देते हैं. You have the 60-minute time, total time to appear this model, and you have having the ample time to just go through the writing part, which you have already done under task 1 and task 2, and you have the chance to improve all the writing part with your cut copy paste option because it is there with your computer based writing exam. So you can beautifully rearrange by using the spare time which is there in your exam, writing part exam, which is not easily possible in case of your pen paper based exam because editing is difficult in your pen paper based exam. So certainly this is the third module, which is reading module, and 40 question is there in your IELTS exam, 38 question is there only in your Celpip exam. To get the CLP9, आपको 34 right चाहिए होते हैं 40 given में से. IELTS says only 31 out of 38 given question. Here the margin for wrong answer is 6. Here margin for wrong answer is 7. Now, this is the uniform requirement for the CLP9. IELTS says you have to get 7 out of 9. Celpip says you get 9 out of 12. So this is 78%. Otherwise, it is a 75%. So you are required an extra 3% to be achieved in your CLP9 score in all the 3 modules except listing module. Now, as I told you, most candidates give you the pen paper based exam only, and pen paper based exam you are having all the common resources. For to attempting the any question, you have to look forward the common display screen. You have to look forward for the address public addressing system, what instruction they are giving to you, and just see the question on question sheet and finally transferring your answer to the answer sheet. So you have to move different platform for your IELTS exam. But somehow in your Celpip exam, you are having all the stuff on your computer screen monitor. The complete monitor on the left hand side, you are having all the your passage part, and on the writing part, you are having your questions, and you can easily scroll down, up and down to the passage part also, and you can scroll down and up down in your sentence question part also. So that way you are having all the stuff on one screen and very easy to locate the answer, because in your any question, looking the one particular typical word and just locating that particular word into the passage part, you would be finding the answer. So that way you are having all the stuff and with your control, and you can easily locate the answer. Moreover, the IELTS reading part, Celpip reading part gives you the only one type of question, that is fill in the blanks. No other question than fill in the blanks. And in this fill in the blanks, you are not required to type any word from your side. Option is given through multiple answer in drop down menu. You have to select one, that is the answer out of the 3 or 4 multiple answer given on the drop down menu, that in a fill in the blanks. So that way you are having much easier way of getting your answer in your Celpip exam. Moreover, in IELTS, it is a centralized governed by the examiner. There is a fixed time for every question. Once it is there, now if you are not able to make an answer, It is gone means it is gone. You cannot go back to the previous question, and you cannot have the look for the unattempted question. Whereas Celpip give you the equal chance. Now, this is the exam where you are just controlling your exam, not by the centralized body. If you are having an answer instantly for any question, you can just submit it and move to the further question. And if you are taking longer time for the any particular question, you could take over your own time, because you are just submitting your answer. Nobody is giving you the time to just complete the question. So overall time is there, but you are controlling at your pace. And moreover, I told you the reading part contains the 4 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And each part having the number of questions. Now you can move forward and backward to that particular part question till the time you have not submitted the part 1. Once you submitted the part 1, you cannot see the question of part 1. Otherwise, you would be at the part 2 and you can see all the question of part 2. So that way you are having the facility to move within the question of any particular part, and then certainly you have the better chance to go back to the question if you are having the. So now the last module is comparison is your speaking test only. Now the biggest disadvantage of speaking test is it is another day exam, happen to be another examination center, and you are appearing in front of an examiner only. Whereas in Celpip, you are not appearing in front of any examiner, you are appearing in front of a computer only. So sometimes this examiner happen to be a foreigner also. So a lot of fear factor, a lot of psychological factor is there in your IELTS exam, because you are appearing on the separate day, separate examination center, and physically appearing in front of an examiner, which is not there in case of a Celpip, because you are just only recording your answer to the computer. And only 8 questions is there in your Celpip, and every question is having the 1 minute time to speak, and that you will be recording onto the computer. Whereas in IELTS, the question can go up to the 20 question, and some questions are required to speak continuously for 3 minutes. And which is not there. Uniformly, you are required 1 minute time for all the 8 Celpip questions. And this is the time given to you for the IELTS exam. It is 11 to 14 minutes, whereas Celpip give you the 15 to 20 minutes. And this is the uniform requirement difference, which have already seen 7 out of 9 to get the CLB 9, here 9 out of 12 to get in your Celpip exam. So I have given the crystal clear information of all the 4 modules. Now here I am just opening the forum to take all the queries and question, whatever you have in your mind, before moving to the further 3 slides. So just unmute yourself and ask the question. Or otherwise you can type in the chat box also. Yes, Amarjit, you have unmuted. Yes, Amarjit, you have any question? Savita Verma, you have raised the hand. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask that for this examination, how much time we required for the preparation, and from where we can get the material?
Okay, no problem. I would be giving the answer in the coming slide. You are tentatively requiring the 4 to 5 weeks of time to get prepared for this exam. And certainly I would be giving the option in the coming slide.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Now, any question? Because I am just required to move if you are not having any question.
Hello, sir. Am I audible to you?
Yes, very much.
Okay. So on the same screen, I just want to know, we are appearing in front of a machine. Okay.
Yes.
There might be some issues with the machine that, if possible, machine won't be able to understand our language or something. And
Amarjit, I can give you the fair idea, because in your Celpip exam, 3 exams is checked by the machine only, like except your speaking test, reading, writing, listening, happen to checked by the computer only through artificial intelligence, but speaking test is checked manually by the examiner. But somehow you are that moment of time only required to register your answer by recording onto the computer.
Okay.
So need not to
Okay. You mean at the last, there would be a human being who will be checking our or listening to our answer?
exactly. At the end, the human being would be checking your speaking test, and he has the or she has the option to just play your all the audio number of times.
Okay. And one more question, sir. As you said, Celpip is not very much popular in India right now. And is it acceptable by all the universities and colleges in Canada? Like I was specifically focusing on George Brown College.
Okay, no problem. To just verify this fact, just go to the website, that is celpip.ca. All the list and colleges is there which accept the Celpip exam. Just you can just verify your college also.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Celpip.ca, go there and you will be finding the complete list. Those were university and college accepting the Celpip exam.
Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, I just would be giving you a small video clip which I have taken from the YouTube, and it is very much useful for you, and it is very relevant to your topic, and it is a part of an interview. An entire interview is there on YouTube, but I have taken the small 1 minute video clip, and just see, it will give you the fair idea about the both the exams, like Celpip and IELTS exam, because it is a real candidate, those who have appeared in both the exam.
Hi, Saket. I am so glad that you are here. Hi. And, a lot of people actually struggle with IELTS. A lot of people have asked that, we should do an IELTS versus Celpip. So here we are. We have you, and lovely to have you on the channel, and we'll talk about that.
Thank you for having me. Actually,
so excited to hear your journeys. First, tell me, how many times did you give IELTS?
Very good question. 7 times.
7 times. तो कहाँ पे रह जाता था?
Writing में. I was getting listening 8, reading 8.
Okay.
And by the time writing comes, I used to get 6.5 or 6 every time.
No.
And then my speaking was 8 again. So
okay.
Yeah. So my general CRS was stuck at 408 since I started my express entry application. Wow. And it's been there for like 1 year. Yeah.
Okay. How many times did you give Celpip, first of all?
Celpip just once. I just went. There was a new center opened in my hometown in Hyderabad.
Okay.
And I thought, just go and write Celpip. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
So how is it different? Like 7 versus 1 is pretty unique, right? So how would you say it's different, and what is it that you like more about Celpip?
Actually, in general, I felt like I have been in US for like 8 years now, right?
Gotcha.
And I know how they communicate and how to communicate with my managers or how to communicate with my friends and everything.
Right.
And Celpip is that. Actually, writing Celpip is like communicating it to a friend or communicating it to someone you know. Like in writing, you're communicating it to in a decent way, like someone you know. And here you don't have that tone. Like you have to in IELTS, you have to take care of many things while writing, but here you don't have to take.
Now, this is the common phenomena when you are giving the IELTS exam. Lot of students tell, we have gone through the number of attempts, but it is not possible. We are not getting the CLB 9 through your IELTS exam. So here is the solution. Now, we being a organization, New Delhi based organization, this is our organization complete name, better known by the global exposure. And we are the part and parcel of a body which is conducting this exam. Paragon, we are the partner of a Paragon. We are the silver member of this Celpip networking program. And since 2019, we are associated to the Paragon. And you will find our name into their official website also. Now, this is the official website, celpip.ca, which I was referring to. And in Celpip stakeholder, you will find all the countries associate, and in India you will find our name. It is there in their website, and we provide the complete support to all the candidates those who really wanted to get their CLB9 in very first attempt. So we provide the complete online and offline training to the candidates to go through all the training part, and we provide the 50 live classes in our training program, whether it is online, whether it is offline. Every class is 1 hour, and suddenly you would be having the 50 live classes one-to-one with the teacher. No recording session would be there. You can ask the question in a live class with the teacher, and all the class would be the live class. Now, we kept tentatively 10 classes for the each module out of these 50 classes, and we kept the 10 extra classes to take up as per the student requirement. As I told you, the official study material is not openly available in the market. You have to purchase online, and you are required to have a $120 Canadian dollar to buy this official study material of all the 4 modules. And if you wanted to practice on the previous question papers, and again, you have to purchase online. 5 real-time mock tests cost you the 100 Canadian dollar. So making it together is 220 Canadian dollar, which is in Indian currency is 12,000 rupees. Now, we are not charging anything from the candidate for either for study material, for real-time mock test, and we provide the complete both of to all the students with our training part. So we provide the complete training, complete official study material of all the 4 modules, and complete real-time 5 real-time mock tests put together in 12,000 rupees only. All these 3, training, study material, and mock test put together in 12,000 rupees. Now, those who are interested, those who are having any question queries regarding all this process, this is the number. Just note down this number. This would be available after the webinar also. So take the screenshot or otherwise note down this number 70907 5 times 1. 70907 5 times 1. So Neha would be available to just give you all the queries and questions and all the answers regarding the study material and mock test and training part. And this number would be available after the webinar. And now we are having the 2 minutes more to just take up your questions. So whatever doubt, whatever query you have, just I can answer you in the time. Just unmute and you can ask the question. Yes, Savita.
Hello. Sir, I want to ask, is there any PhD program we can get in any Canadian university?
It is there, but somehow getting an admission to the PhD program is a tough one. It is a lot of, you have to do a lot of exercise, and certainly there is a process, and then you can get the admission into the PhD program also.
So can I know about that procedure, sir, from that phone number you have given to me? Or I have to...
Savita, just you discuss your profile. I would rather say getting a PR is much easier than going for the PhD program, because it will cost you too much. If at all it is a 2-year program, suddenly you would be investing the 40 lakhs rupees, because there is a cost of a 20 lakhs rupees each year. And this PR is not costing you at all. It is only a 1 or 2 lakhs expenditure, and then suddenly you would be going to the Canada. So getting the PR is the easy one and almost a negligible expense.
Okay. Thank you.
Study is a costly one. So just explore the possibility of PR. Then otherwise, if at all not possible, then just you can switch over to the study part.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Just talk to Neha tomorrow, then she would be giving the entire feedback.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, is the 12,000 is inclusive of all GST?
Yes.
Okay.
It is inclusive.
Okay.
Now, one more advantage I would like to share by getting the Canadian PR, you might be knowing, some of you might be knowing, Once you get the Canada PR, you are free to go to neighboring country USA also for job purposes. Like if you are getting any job opportunity from any American company, you can easily move to the neighboring country USA without any additional paper formality work on the basis of your Canadian PR, and you can remain in USA unlimited of time, because these two countries are neighboring country, very friendly country, and they don't have any army on their border. There is a free movement on the border. They have the tie-up. All the PR holder or citizenship holder can go to the other country for job purposes. So not only you are getting the PR or opportunity in one country, certainly you would be having the option for USA open with your Canadian PR. So if you are having any question, just right now, you can also type on the chat box.
Hello?
Ji, Savita ji.
Yeah. Sir, I want to ask that within 12,000 only you will conduct our exams also, besides that classes and material?
No. Cost of exam is 12,700. That is separate one.
Okay, that is separate one. That we have to pay from that particular agency or to you?
जी 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 नहीं, हमें नहीं देना है. आपको ऑनलाइन बुकिंग करोगे तो उनको देना है, अपने पैरागॉन को देना है. We don't have any role to play. You directly would be booking this exam on the Paragon website, and you yourself would be paying directly to them.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
IELTS की जैसे कॉस्ट 14,700 होती है, इसकी कॉस्ट आपकी 2,000 कम है, that is 12,700.
Okay. While we are booking for the examination, then we have to pay for that particular agency.
Obviously. After going through the training and after your preparation, you have to book your exam. At that moment of time, you are required to pay.
When selecting the universities, they will help us, or we can get guidance from you and your organization?
Regarding?
Selecting the universities, sir, when we are applying for the universities.
No problem. We help candidate for all in this process, and certainly we would be guiding the which university is better one and where you can apply.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Prabhjot Kaur study is costly. प्रभजोत जी, आइल्स का भी आप अगर स्टडी मटेरियल लेते हैं तो 3-4 हज़ार रुपये आपको आइल्स के भी खर्च होते हैं, एंड यहाँ तो आपको स्टडी मटेरियल ट्रेनिंग के साथ ही मिल रहेगा.
ओके सर, ओके.
जी. So, presuming that you are not having any question, right now I am leaving with this number. Just note down this number, and certainly I am having any question. Okay, great. So thanks a lot for all of you. You remain in a webinar till end, and thank you so much for all of you and having participated in this webinar. Again, just we would be there to help you out in your journey.